Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Sports Mixtape. Tonight, we're going to be going over a little bit of NFL draft recap. We have some NFL draft trivia, and we have a fun one, our favorite cereals from our childhood. We're going to pick them out.
Yeah, that sounds good.
It's going to be fun. So let's start. Let's go over the draft real quick.
Well, why don't, since you guys are used to always picking towards the top of the draft, why don't you let me start this one off?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I really like what the Eagles did in this draft. I was overall happy. Mekhi Lemon, you have to assume with them pulling the trigger on him that they're going to be getting rid of A.J. Brown.
Yeah.
All the reports are saying probably New England. They're waiting because of a cap issue. But did you guys see how they snagged him from the Steelers?
That was awesome. On the phone with Pittsburgh.
Dude was on the phone with Pittsburgh. Howie trades up. Eagles take him. I like this. This is a very different skill set than what A.J. Brown brings to the table.
Yeah.
Lemon is more of a slot receiver, super polished route runner. And I think with the new offense that Philly's moving towards, Sean Mannion comes from the McVay coaching tree. Mm-hmm. I think they're going to target the middle of the field a little bit more. So I loved that they went up and got him.
That's a key thing you said, though. Another new offense.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
God bless Jalen Hurts.
Over there.
You're not kidding. But I also loved our second rounder, Eli Stowers, kid from Vanderbilt. Yeah. He's a converted quarterback, freak athlete. He actually set the broad jump and vert records for a tight end ever at the combine. Okay. Kid had a 45.5-inch vert. And what I think this showcases is something that Philly is really, really good at. They draft replacements before it's a need. So example, Goddard's on a 1-year deal this year. He's probably going to be walking soon. And Philly has this tendency to get a guy before they need him. They did it with offensive linemen. They did it again this year, 3rd-round pick, 6th-round pick. Looking in the future, like Lane Johnson's probably, his career is probably going to be coming to an end. 2 other interesting picks I want to mention real quick here. We took a lefty quarterback out of North Dakota State in the 5th round. Cole Payton is his name. But everything that I'm reading is saying he's going to be like a Taysom Hill.
Yeah, he's not going to be a quarterback in the league for sure, but he's a big dude. And
he's going to be a tool, like a gadget guy.
Swiss Army knife.
Yes, yeah. So we got him. And then the last one, I'm not sure if you guys saw this yet. I'm probably going to butcher this pronunciation. This guy is from the NFL's International Player Pathway Program from Nigeria. You are Bernard.
The Nigerian nightmare.
6'4", 306, runs a 4.6 40 and has almost a 40-inch vertical.
Yeah,
keep an eye
6% body fat on this guy.
Keep an eye out for this guy. Now, I'm not sure if he's ever played
I was
football.
We'll see if he knows how to play football. I know they get these guys, like he's a big dude. They brought him in, see what he could do, but you never know.
They used to play smear the beer with gorillas out there.
Yeah. And this was another move, too. This one flew under the radar a little bit. I mean, Howie Roseman has done such a good job drafting for the Eagles. But Philly gave up a 3rd rounder this year and next year. They picked up a 7th rounder this year. But we traded for Jonathan Grenard from Minnesota.
Yeah.
Little bit of a down year last year. He was hampered with injuries. He's only 28 years old. In 23 and 24, he had 12 sacks each season. That's going to be a big rusher for us. And I thought that was like an awesome under-the-radar move for Philly. So overall, Howie always does a good job, but I love our first pick, Lemon. One of those guys that when you look at the tape, he was the Biletnikoff winner for the college receiver of the year. But when you look at the tape on this guy, he's one of those guys that he's so smooth, like almost like a JSN. He's always open by a couple yards because his route running is dialed.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I thought this draft overall was an underwhelming draft to me. You didn't have a ton of big names. The number 1 pick wasn't even in the building for the draft. But a lot of good defensive guys coming out of this draft, I think, was the big takeaway. But how did you like your Giants picks?
Giants stole the draft, man. First of all, first pick, Arvil Reese. Should have went number 2. but he slipped all the way down to number 5 for us. I'm surprised the Jets didn't go for him.
Too small.
This guy's going to be a freak on the.
We like the big boys, the big muscle guys that can take
When
the
you
edge.
already have Burns and Carter to go with him,
Yeah.
this guy's going to have some open lanes.
Well, I don't even think I heard he's not even going to be like an edge rusher for you guys. They're just going to kind of move him around
I think he's going to
linebacker.
float a little bit.
Because, like you said, you already have pass rushers.
Yeah.
But, hey, can't have too many.
It's a good thing, though, that they don't keep stats on high school GPAs in the NFL.
Oh, my gosh.
Otherwise, this guy wouldn't make the
He said he had a
squad.
0.5 or something crazy.
It sounded like my first year in college GPA.
But how do you, I don't even know how you get out of high school.
Well, you just got to be a freak athlete.
Yeah, you're right.
Be able to go to Ohio State, win the national
true.
championship, and then kill it last year on his way to be a top 5 draft pick. So 6'4", 243 pounds. Interesting fact, he played high school ball for a former NFL player's dad. Any guesses?
Do you know where he's from? High school?
Cleveland.
Former NFL player.
Gosh.
Wide receiver.
Oh yes, I did hear this.
Dolphins.
Ginn Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard this at some point.
His head coach was Ted Ginn Sr.
He was a
at
burner.
Cleveland Glenville High.
Yeah. He was an Ohio State guy, I think.
Ted Ginn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, our second pick, we traded up, or we traded for the pick before the draft, giving away Dexter Lawrence to take someone on offense. And this guy's a monster. I can't wait to see him protect Jackson Dart. Francis Maguire, offensive lineman from Miami. We're talking, I'm ready to die for you, bro.
When he said
The first
that,
thing he says, whoever's interviewing him asks him a question. He doesn't even answer the question. He just says, I'm ready to die for you,
I
bro.
thought I misheard him at first, but that is exactly what he said.
Yeah.
And look, if you're the Giants, I mean, you want that kind of attitude.
That's what you want to hear. He's an American Samoan monster, mountain of a man.
brother's linebacker on the Jets.
What I really like about him, super durable. 42 straight games he played for Miami. No injuries during college. This guy's ready to roll. And little interesting fact, he used his NIL deal money to retire his parents and move them from American Samoa over to Florida so they could watch him play college ball.
Yeah.
So, stand-up guy, ready to die for his quarterback. You got to go through him. Then you got to go through. Now I'm drawing a blank. The new fullback from Baltimore,
Ricard.
Ricard, and then you got to go through Scatterboo. This is going to be just a bull-headed front line there. We got to steal to round 2, number 37, Colton Hood, cornerback from Tennessee. This kid, it's a position we've needed for a while.
Was he the one who had the injury?
Yeah.
Was a top?
He did,
top
yeah.
pick
He had
and
a
then ended
foot
up-
injury.
Yeah.
And I think he's pretty healed from it. He spent some time, though, at Colorado before he went to Tennessee under Dion. Nobody better to learn the position than, from Dion.
Yeah.
So, a bunch of SEC receivers this year said he was hands down the best cornerback they went against. And he's just got a pit bull mentality. He's a dog, physical.
Yeah.
So the Giants under Harbaugh are going size and physicality coming up. It's a new era in New York.
I think before you get too excited,
I was going to say, we already went through this with the Mets, so we got to we got to wait.
I got to throw a little shade at a Giants fan over there, but
Go for it.
I do think Harbaugh.
I got shade to throw back at you at the end of this.
I think Harbaugh is the difference maker because, but the joke that I want to make is be careful because you remember the last time the Giants had 2 first-round draft picks.
Saquon?
No, they took a rusher and they took an offensive lineman. and it didn't work out the way everybody planned. Thibodeau underwhelmed, and then who was the offensive lineman from a few years ago that I don't even know if he's still.
We took him like number 3.
I know, and it's so that was the joke that I wanted to come in with today because it's the same setup: O lineman, rusher. But
this one's going to be different.
This is where I think this is where I actually think the difference is. John Harbaugh is in the room now, and if you look historically, Baltimore is a team that drafts really, really well.
Yeah.
They're usually never picking this early, though, right? Because Baltimore's been a playoff team, like a pretty consistent top-tier team. I think that's going to be the difference this year for the Giants. I think the fact that you got Harbaugh in the room helping make some of those decisions is going to be good. But you knew I had to throw a little shit at the Giants.
I want to talk about one more of their picks, their fourth pick. They had 7 picks this year, but we got a big physical receiver from Notre Dame, Malachi Fields. I think this is a really good pickup, good addition. He's like that go get it. Just tell him, go get the ball.
High point guy.
High point, go snatch the ball. Contested catches, 6'4", 215 pounds or so. He's a great red zone target, and the Giants have had no targets in the red zone for a couple years now. So I think he'll be a good pickup.
Yeah, healthy Malik Neighbors, that guy on the other side.
And I like this kid too. He might be the next Randy Moss. He's a good old country boy from Virginia who likes to relax by fishing.
Nice.
All right.
But one bone to pick with you, Brent. Didn't you just send us in a group friend chat that you bet the Giants to win the Super Bowl?
I thought the odds. I put $10 on them at 700 to 1 or whatever it is. Here's my reasoning. I actually think this Giants team has potential to be this year's Patriots. Last year's Patriots.
That's what I was saying at the end of last year.
They have a new head coach who's proven successful somewhere else. They have a good young quarterback. They've got a few pieces there. Look, nobody thought New England was going to... Number one, nobody thought New England was going to beat Buffalo for the division. Nobody saw them in the Super Bowl.
I bet there was a certain reporter who saw them in the Super Bowl.
With those odds, though, I thought the Giants were like one of those great...
Like for $10,
let me throw a little
it's a
something
lottery
down
ticket.
Yeah, exactly.
You never know.
Yeah.
Crazier things happen.
The way that my betting works out, I figure I'm just jinxing them. So it's really good for. It's a smart move as an Eagles fan.
Let this be the one
to
you
just
hit.
put the stink on them right away, so that they're cursed from the get-go.
Jimmy, what'd the Jets do? Make you angry?
No, I mean I actually like the Jets draft. As a Jets fan, you never get too excited over anything. But I like what they did. We need an edge rusher. They took the best guy in the draft, David Bailey, in my opinion. He was the most dominant edge rusher in college. Then second pick, number 16, Kenyon Sadiq out of Oregon. Tight end. Some people were second-guessing that, but the guy is 6'3", 241 pounds, runs a 4.39 40. The fastest ever for a tight end in the combine. 43.5-inch vert, which I think is second to your guy that you're talking about, and 11'1" broad jump, which is the third best ever for a tight end. So the guy has all the physical traits.
You got tight ends changing teams nowadays.
And
these young tight ends like McBride and
exactly. And I think that this is a guy, but and then we traded back up, got Omar Cooper Jr. out of Indiana, wide receiver. I thought he was a great pickup for them. We need another wide receiver, and he's a stud, that guy.
I actually thought that might have been like the best value pick of the entire first round. I saw mocks with him.
Yeah,
I saw mocks with him going early, like teens in that range to middle of the first round, and I thought that was...
And now this is really obviously what the Jets are doing. They're a terrible team, so they're just getting as much talent as possible because I think next year you're going to have I don't know. There might be 6 quarterbacks coming out in the first round, but
They'll pick the wrong one.
yeah. Well, they got 3 picks in the first round, so hopefully
Spend them all on
I would tell them, just spend them all, get 3 quarterbacks in the first round. One of them has to work out. I mean,
that would be awesome. If a team did, wouldn't that be so cool if a team just tried that one year? It's why
honestly, I think that would make people be like, dude, the Jets are awesome for doing that. It's the craziest thing ever. But
it'd be so good.
But anyway, they had a bunch of picks. I'm just going over the first round. But other interesting tidbits from the draft. The Chiefs trade up to number 6. This cornerback, Mansour Delane, they really liked him. But I've been seeing videos coming out of this guy. There's a video of practice, him just getting burnt by a third-round wide receiver at LSU on every single snap.
Ain't even talking about the game.
Practice.
Ain't even talking about the game.
I don't know. Moving all the way up to get this guy, that was kind of a head-scratcher to me. Caleb Downs dropping to number 11. Everyone had him in a top 5. And the Cowboys get him.
That's what I'm saying. Brad and I can't be happy to see that. The fact that the Cowboys, dude, that kid is.
I am happy to see, like you saw, a video posted of him going against like a wide receiver 3 and getting cooked on every practice run.
Yeah, I mean,
I think Downs is going to be legit. He's got the attitude.
Everyone thought he'd be a top 5 pick,
leadership qualities. Like,
now, him and Neighbors faced each other a few times in college.
And did you see Neighbors' interview?
No.
He's bummed he went to the Cowboys because he knows how good he is.
He's got to face him twice.
Now, I think sometimes, there's... draft night's an exciting night for a lot of these kids. So I was watching this. My mother-in-law was actually in town. She likes to watch sports with us every once in a while and always is asking good questions. And she was very interested in the fits. A lot of custom suits and different things.
Everyone with sunglasses.
And Goodell, I feel like every year his hugs get longer and longer with these guys. He's just bear hugging them. But I got to mention this because to me it was the entrance of the draft. If I'm just someone who's just watching every single player come in and trying to get an idea on interviews and going all right, who's gonna be a dog? Who's gonna get to the NFL? Reuben Bain Jr. looked like a psycho walking down towards Goodell.
Yeah.
Snatched the hat, didn't even look in the mirror. All these other guys are trying to get their hat on right, and wiggling it and doing these little signs and whatever. I don't even think he knew there was a mirror there. He was walking like he was on a mission.
He's going to be a problem in the NFL. He went to the Buccaneers and...
Well, he's a Miami guy, Jimmy's college.
He was a game wrecker every game and teams are looking for pass rushers, and I'm surprised that, he fell to number 16, but the Bucs got a steal, I think.
Such a great entrance.
How about McVay's surprise?
Ty Simpson.
Ty Simpson.
Yeah. I mean, Ty Simpson first off at 13.
Yeah.
I don't see it. I mean,
you know what this smelled like to me? It smelled like the Atlanta Michael Penix pick from a few years ago.
Yeah,
even if you want that guy, trade back. He's not going to get taken that early.
I think
pick up an extra draft pick or 2, trade back, and you can still get him.
They could have got him at the end of the first round. And I know McVay kind of, the guy on the phone was like, yeah, I'm looking forward to good things. McVay was like, yeah, no, okay, anyway, bye.
Well, that's what's so hard to believe.
Do you think McVay knew they were going with him?
That's what's so hard to believe.
Because it seemed like they were dead set on this pick.
There was a report that came out after, so.
Yeah. So is that a make nice thing to make the kid feel better? No one will really know, but yeah.
Look, all you got to do is go back to the video of McVay when they drafted him. He was not happy. And then also another quarterback, Garrett Nussmeier out of LSU.
Ended up in Kansas City.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went to Kansas City, and I'm surprised he dropped to the 7th round, but it just shows you the quarterbacks this year. There were teams that were they weren't even taking chances on quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I mean, after the first few went, it was no thank you, I'm not even taking any of the rest. But and then I love this name, Mr. Irrelevant this year.
Denver, right?
Denver, Red Murdoch.
That's a great sports
His name, a linebacker out of Buffalo. And
is this the redhead with the Mullet?
No.
I think that guy. I can't remember who he was. No, this
Iowa guy. Maybe.
No, this is whatever. This is not a white guy.
Red Murdoch. That sounds like it could be like the name of like a chewing tobacco company or something.
I saw that. I was like, oh, that's a perfect Mr. Irrelevant name.
Yeah.
But all right, yeah. But like I said, I thought it was kind of an underwhelming draft, but I love the draft every year. So
I watch until the Giants are out of the first round, and then it's off.
I will tell you this year though. Did you see how many people showed up for this thing in Pittsburgh?
600,000, they said.
And I saw somewhere else 800,000. Like when they flew that drone and were like zooming out to the side streets and the parking lot.
It didn't really look like as many. What was that? Vegas. Vegas looked like there was 1 million people there. But,
in Tennessee a few years ago. It's interesting though because I think you're going to start seeing more and more cities bid for this.
I got to tell you.
Yeah.
I'm out. I'm not. It comes to I'm not going out with that many 600,000 people standing 500 feet away trying to watch. I'd rather sit at home and watch it on my TV and get all the info. And
that's probably worse than the dropping of the New Year's ball in Times Square.
Yeah. All right, well, that brings us to our next NFL Draft Trivia. This is going to be hosted by Brad. And
the host with the most.
We will see if
I retire from being a participant in these trivia games.
We'll get him one that he's
games.
We'll get one that's right up your alley.
Me and Arvell Reese have a lot in common.
But I don't know. NFL Draft. This might be.
This could be interesting.
Brent has just the memory of an elephant, so I do not.
I've got a handful of questions crossing all different layers of the NFL draft.
How we going? Sideways? Let's go sideways.
Yeah, I'll go sideways.
Do you want to switch spots, Jimmy? Then you guys can't see each other's boards.
Yeah.
Switch real quick.
Switch it up.
The old switcheroo.
The musical chairs. All right. Question number 1. Let's get it started now. In the draft, we have our sleepers who you get late, end up being Hall of Famers, and then you have top picks who are just complete busts.
Yeah. The Ryan Leafs of the
We're
world.
starting it out with a bust. Ryan Leaf is considered one of the worst draft picks of all time. 2-part question. Got a chance for 2 points. Who picked him and with what pick? You see that pen over there, Brett?
Yeah,
I need to keep track.
You have to flip to a new page. Oh, you got it there. Either way. All right. You ready there, James?
Yes.
All right. I said
I put Chargers in the second pick.
Yeah, same with me.
Yes. And
yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. All right. Chargers with the second pick. All right. Question 2.
That was actually like a legitimate conversation heading into that draft, either him or Peyton.
Yeah.
Remember? There was like people really debating that. Because Peyton couldn't quite get over the hump at Tennessee. He could never beat Florida. You know, he never got the national championship. That was like the knock on him.
Terrible decision.
That's one of those that that's one of those that if you just like interviewed them both and were conscious, you could probably realize who was going to be the better guy to pick.
All right, here's a multiple choice thrown at you. What team has had the most first overall picks in NFL history? A, the Philadelphia Eagles.
No shot.
B, the Dallas Cowboys. C, the Indianapolis Colts. D, the New York Jets.
No, they haven't had a number 1 pick in 30 years. Cowboys, who's it, the first 3? Cowboys,
A,
Eagles.
Philly. B, Dallas. C, Indianapolis. D, the Jets.
All right.
I'm going to go with the Colts.
I went with the Colts as well.
It's the Colts. Yeah.
That was just
There's a couple
guess.
different interpretations of who had the most. You could say the Chicago Bears. there's a couple different like formats, I guess, with the modern era draft and back when they had the AFL and stuff like that too. Mm-hmm. All right, question number 3. We're all knotted up. You guys got a clean slate here. The Falcons traded 3 picks and a player to the Chargers for the first round pick to take whom?
Falcons traded 3 picks and a
3 picks and a player to the Chargers for a first round pick to take whom?
All right.
Picks in?
Taking a guess. I say
Vick.
Deion Sanders.
This was in 2001 for Mike Vick.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I didn't want to say the date because I didn't want to give too much away there.
Yeah.
That was...
Did you know that, Jimmy?
No.
That's a great guess.
Great guess.
Mike Vick, I knew that there
Deion
was a trade.
was a great guess, yeah.
Solid work.
All right. Number 4, which current Eagles star, I did sprinkle in a few Eagles and Jets trivias into this. Which current Eagles star did they take as a 7th round flyer pick in 2018? Hint. He never played a snap of American football before being drafted.
Just told Jimmy about this before the show today.
I don't know how to...
I'm on the same wavelength as Brad right now because the Ryan Leaf thing, and then I
have no idea how to spell this.
I just told Jimmy about this guy before the thing. I got Jordan Mailata.
Jordan Mailata.
Thank you, Brad.
I should have never said it.
233rd overall pick in that draft.
Well, that's what I was explaining to Jimmy when I was telling him about our new draft pick. Mailata came from that same player.
He's another American Samoan rugby player, yeah.
He came from that player development program that the freak athlete we just got came from.
Yeah, you guys are doing good. Number 5, who is the only player the Jets have ever selected number 1 overall in the common draft era? And like Jimmy said, it's been 30 years.
I don't even know if this is right.
I think exactly 30 years.
I'm taking a guess.
I don't know if this is right.
Shot in the dark here.
Jay, got it.
Jimmy's on fire, man.
Keyshawn back in 96, wide receiver from USC.
See, the problem is the Jets
Keyshawn was a beast, man.
Are always bad, but not bad enough to get the number 1 pick.
Or they traded away?
They just screwed up. They decide to win a game at the end of the year and then celebrate. You're like, what are you celebrating?
All right, number 6. Jimmy's taking
Jimmy hasn't missed
a
yet.
2-point lead. Yeah. Don't blow the perfect game. Yeah. In the infamous 1983 year of the quarterback, which quarterback did the Jets pass on to select Ken O'Brien at number 24? This was a huge Jets mistake.
Oh, gosh.
1983, year of the quarterback draft.
I know this guy went 1. I'm not going to get this, but I put John Elway.
No.
Laces out, Dan.
Dan Marino.
It's Dan Marino. What a story changer that would have been, huh?
That was Jim Kelly was in that draft.
Yeah,
that was a loaded draft.
Dan Marino never won a Super Bowl, though.
No, he didn't.
But he did have...
He was great.
He did have one of the all-time greatest plays against the Jets. That fake... I remember watching that game with my dad. The fake spike touchdown. Oh, I'm sure there were a lot of angry Jets
told you before, I yelled at the TV screen, that's illegal.
They're cheating!
Yeah.
All right. Number 7, Brent caught up one there. You're only down 1 now. Which city has hosted the most NFL drafts?
Ooh.
57 times in this city.
57.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And there'll be a bonus. What you got?
I put Indianapolis.
I said New York.
New York City.
Yeah, I forgot it was in New York for a long time.
Bonus. Who is second on the list?
Indianapolis.
Second on the list for draft hosted.
City?
I said Chicago.
LA?
It's Chicago.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Wow.
I figured it had to either be
Brent,
Chicago
Come
or
from
LA.
behind to take the lead.
That was a guess, but I figured it's either one of the other two big ones, Chicago or LA.
Number 8. I gotta remember not to block myself. What is the nickname for the player who was picked last in the draft? I think Jimmy already said it.
His nickname is Red Murdoch. I don't even know how to spell this word.
Mr. Irrelevant. You got it.
Is there one L in there? Yeah.
I don't know.
I think we spelled it the same way.
My spelling has been
Relevant.
suspect lately.
All right, question number 9. What milestone first occurred at the 1980 NFL Draft and has happened every year since? This is a brain tickler. 1980, key year. What could have been? What could have happened? And it's happened every year since then. Hint. Think of developments in technology at the time.
Got it. The hint gave it away.
Put a timer.
Shot clock?
Televised.
First televised. It's been on TV ever since.
My first guess was going to be 7 rounds. Like maybe it was more or less before then.
All right, number 10. Got a few left, but who was the last running back to be selected number 1 overall in the draft? This hasn't happened for a while.
Oh, man.
Bonus, which team did he play for? Or which team drafted him, I should say. Not a long career. Some injuries, early injuries. Didn't let us see his full potential.
I don't know, so I'm putting a guy I know wasn't on the team, trying to get one of them.
I could be wrong about this now. You got something?
Yeah.
I said Adrian Peterson, the Vikings.
I wrote Barry Sanders and then the Redskins.
I
Even though he wasn't on there.
finally got you guys. Keyjana Carter.
From Penn State.
Who'd he go to?
Bengals.
Cincinnati.
Oh, that's right.
That Penn State team was loaded. Kerry Collins was the
Yeah,
quarterback.
that guy was not very good in the NFL.
He got hurt.
Who was it? Bobby Ingram was a receiver. That team was loaded. That was a college team that went undefeated but did not win the. Remember before like BCS?
Yeah.
And that was an undefeated team that didn't win the national title because of the way they used to do it.
Oh, yeah.
All right, number 11. Name one of the 3 schools. I'll give you a point per school. Name one of the 3 schools that have had 5 players selected first overall.
Ooh, that's a great question.
3 schools that have had 5 players selected first overall.
And I'm not sure if that's like, I don't think that's not the record, I don't think. But
Should we list 3 schools or just...
I'll give you a point per school that you can list. There's 3 of them.
And it was
5
number one
overall
okay.
picks came from these schools.
wow. This is tricky.
Yeah, you got to think back. I mean, the draft goes back for This isn't one of the questions. So 1936 was the first draft.
I'm going to go with a couple blue bloods, I guess. Actually, I'm going to change this one here. All right. I said Miami, USC, and Oklahoma.
I put USC,
guys-
Texas, and Oklahoma.
Both Oklahoma. Oklahoma's not on the list. USC is on the list.
Okay.
I'll give you another go since you both only got one
All right.
for the other two. Texas not on the list. Miami not on the list, Brent.
Okay.
No, that's not it. Let's go with Penn State.
I'm going Notre Dame.
It's Notre Dame.
I crossed it out.
Jimmy wrote it down and said, that's not it.
Never, listen, it's test taking 101. Never change your gut instinct.
You know I never
guess.
pass tests, dude.
So we had Georgia as the third school there.
Ooh.
Notre Dame, USC,
really?
and
Okay.
Georgia.
Yeah.
I was
Like I
gonna-
said, it goes back so long. You got schools that have been
Yeah.
drafted
Yep.
a lot longer than other schools.
I was going to say Ohio State. Well, wasn't it this year? Didn't Ohio State have like 4 of the first like 11 picks or something? Something crazy.
Yeah, they had like 20-something guys, I think, draft. Something nuts.
Jeez.
I think 4 of the first 10, 12 picks were Ohio State guys this year.
All right, I got 4 more. Number 12, which school holds the record for most first-round picks with 91? This is a multiple choice. A, Ohio State. B, Notre Dame. C, Alabama. D, Penn State. Most first-round picks with 91.
That's a great question. I said Ohio State.
Put a Bama.
It's Ohio State. They probably sealed the deal with this year.
Yeah.
Brent, you're taking.
3-point
Big
lead
lead.
now. Man, have the with the how the turntables.
Turntables.
He's heating up.
All right, which team drafted Eli Manning, even though he never played a game for them? Thank God he never played a game for them.
You could have had your boy Philly Rivers.
Sent the crybaby. to
San
him.
Diego Chargers.
We sent the crybaby over to San
Chargers.
Diego.
Chargers.
All right.
It's the Chargers.
Oh, I got one. All right.
That was a soft toss. All right. Which team drafted both the offensive and defensive rookie of the year in 2023? Bonus, who were they?
What a great question.
What a great draft.
Offensive and defensive. Yeah, same
Are
team.
you kidding?
Offensive and defensive rookie. year. So
That GM got a raise that year. 2023. This is recent.
my brilliant brain is going blank right now. I don't think these are right, but
10 seconds. We'll see if I stump you both again. Hasn't happened often tonight. I know the answers, and if you asked me, I wouldn't write down the right one.
all right. So it's not going to make sense because these guys are on different teams, but I'm hoping to steal a point out of this. I said the Ravens.
I put the Jets, Sauce Gardner, and Garrett Wilson.
No.
And I said Devontae Smith and Kyle Hamilton.
No. So
That was a hard question.
you got it. So first, you got to think quarterback. 2023. Which quarterback had a monster rookie year recently?
Texans, CJ Stroud.
Texans, C.J. Stroud, and then they also had Will Anderson Jr. was the defensive rookie of the year.
That was a
as edge
brilliant question.
Rusher.
It's very hard remembering who was rookies certain years.
Yeah,
That was a good
yeah.
question.
I think the Jets, Sauce Gardner and Garrett Wilson were both Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, I
Really?
think
Offensive
I
and
think I
defensive.
stopped buying packs of football cards chasing rookies before 2023.
All right.
All right, final question.
This is when we wager on, right?
We're gonna have to do this as the bonus.
Well, how much do we got?
11-9, Jimmy. I got you 11-9.
11-9. Tight race.
I'm going YOLO.
That could have been a name of a cereal we ate as a kid.
Or a beverage we drank in college.
Yeah.
4 YOLOs. All right. You got it?
Yeah.
Your wager's down? All right. What city held the first NFL draft in 1936? The bonus has to be somewhat tough.
Yeah.
No multiple choices.
What city? It's a city that we would know.
It's a city. It's a city you would know.
It's probably in the USA.
No, I mean, like, it's not a random, city in Iowa that we wouldn't know.
No. This is a city you would know. Here's a hint. It was neither of the top two.
Okay.
New York, neither New York nor Chicago.
Okay.
No more hints. That was a big hint.
What was the year? 1936?
1936. Guys at home, anytime we're doing trivia, you want to add some questions in the comments, please do. We never lack for a thirst of knowledge, sports knowledge.
All right.
I just can't hold on to the knowledge.
I said our nation's capital, D.C.
It's like Canton, Ohio.
No, you're both wrong. Brent, you had it written down.
Philly?
It's Philadelphia. Yeah.
Wow.
What did I just tell you?
Philadelphia.
You never change your
Yeah.
guidance. Jimmy beat me. I blew out my points.
I had 5 points. I win.
They cracked
Yes.
the Liberty Bell for the draft.
I had Philly because I thought, like, back in the day, Philly was,
Yeah, I was thinking
lot of
Northeast.
swap back.
I was thinking Northeast as well, but I just figured.
Nice work, Jimmy. Jimmy got me. Jimmy's owns me in trivia.
All right, guys,
beat him yet.
and guess what I get
it's
for
the damn
winning?
Bonus round.
He owns
I
me.
get a nickel that Brad left on my seat.
I don't know where that nickel's been.
Oh, yeah. All right, guys, that was the draft trivia. Next up, we'll get into our favorite cereals. We're going to go ahead and do a fun snake draft for you guys. This is our favorite cereals from childhood.
I like
A
this
ton of great cereals from the 80s, 90s, and I'm interested to see what you guys came up with. But first, we're going to have to pick the draft order.
But before we do that, for any of you young whippersnappers out there who have your iPads and your screens, eating cereal was not just breakfast growing up. This was a ritual. This was an
Saturday.
experience.
Well, it went along with our cartoons that we went over last episode.
The
Saturday and Sunday mornings.
The box was the entertainment. I mean, you would study the back of that thing. Sometimes there'd be a maze. Other times there'd be a puzzle. Sometimes there'd be like, what are those, like where you're looking for like a hunt? Like you gotta find this, you gotta find that. It was typically
Where's Waldo kind of.
Yeah. Typically when you got the good stuff, there was a prize in it.
Yeah.
And so it was like, which of the siblings
I
can get?
was saying, you had siblings.
Who was disciplined enough to not take the prize out before you
Well, you know
finished
what
the
I
box?
disliked when your
Yeah,
parents would come home with a new box of cereal, and the next morning you went to eat it and look for the prize, and one of your siblings had already went in at night and took it
Well,
out.
the fair way to do it was whose bowl did it come out naturally in.
No.
That's like the fair way to do it. But yeah, I mean, this was an experience. And then too, you had like one. Well, we'll get into it. Brad, why don't you pick? Or who? Jimmy, why don't you pick? I think Brad picked last time. Why don't you pick us?
I've been last.
I've been number one the past couple times.
Brad will pick the
Gotten
second.
lucky.
pick then.
Number 1, Brad.
Hey!
He's on a roll.
No, I'm picking. Screw him.
And my goal.
Number 2 is Brent.
My goal with using this one, if you've noticed, most times we pick out of an orange Mets hat. That hasn't worked so well for the Mets this year, so I'm trying to switch up the mojo. We're gonna get Jimmy some of this bad juju.
All right,
on
we'll
his
go
Yankees.
5 picks each.
All right.
Brad, you're
don't
going to have
worry.
the number 1 right
It's a
here.
lot of pressure with the number 1 overall pick.
I don't think either one of you is going to have this as a number 1, so you'll be fine. The only reason I picked this as my number 1 is the nostalgia behind this. Okay, this one reminds me of my Mima. My grandmother, she was great at giving us pastries and the best cereals, and this was Rice Krispies. This dates back to 1928. Okay, 4 simple ingredients, nothing crazy about it, but the way my Mima would make it she'd slice up some fresh strawberries. And then she'd throw like a cup of sugar on top.
Scoops of
I was gonna say, you got to put sugar on that for it to be edible.
She basically invented Rice Krispie treat
Yeah.
cereal, and she just did it without the.
But a product of Kellogg, it makes the snap, crackle, and pop sound when you add the milk to it. That was always a good marketing ploy for young kids.
That's what the elves were named, right? Snap, crackle,
Yeah,
and pop.
3 distant cousins of the Keebler elves. Just toasted rice, sugar, salt, and malt flavor.
Distant cousins.
First launched in 1928. The cereal has done its time.
That's wild.
Still rocking today.
Rice Krispies is a classic.
But
Now-
it's versatile. Rice Krispie treats, chocolate Rice Krispies, Rice Krispie treat cereal.
I'm gonna let you know. Some of my picks, people are gonna be out there and be like, "Does he have any taste buds?" Like, I kind of
like grape
I
nuts?
like bland. My first, I remember Mom always had grape nuts.
Grape nuts are the
A
worst.
bowl of grape nuts would take you 45 minutes to eat.
It was
You were
like
just
gerbil food.
just chewing it the whole time. I think that was like
High fiber diet.
I think back in the day that was like a woman's weight loss cereal.
I mean,
because like
Terrible cereal, dude.
You'd crack your teeth on it.
yeah, it was like Freddy. You were like Freddy, just chewing the whole time. Okay,
All right.
that's a classic number 1 pick. I'm a little surprised. So with my first pick, man, I got to do it. I hate to do it to you, Jimmy, but I got Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah, you gotta.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, you could eat it without milk. You could have it as a snack. The way it flavored the milk, I think
Yeah,
cinnamon.
the
and
milk flavor's the best
and
part
on
of
the
that.
box, like
It gets too soggy.
it's been a long time. It does get soggy. It's been a long time, but I do remember with the Cinnamon Toast Crunch, like on the box, wasn't it like a guy with a chef's hat on or something? There was something about the cartoon.
I think it was a maybe like a piece of Cinnamon Toast Crunch that was like animated with a hat.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch to me, like
Yeah, he had a white mustache.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't eat much cereal anymore. I think after this episode, I'm gonna start again because this was like very nostalgic.
Great.
If you do, don't do it like me, where you get a bowl after dinner at
Yeah.
10, 11 o'clock at night.
Why? It's a
Well,
good
before
snack.
bed.
Well, listen, wait. Speaking of nostalgia, Jimmy, in your opinion, you're 42 years old now.
I am.
Happy birthday, by the way.
Thank
A couple
you.
days
Yeah.
ago. Do you remember the person in your life who made the biggest bowls of cereal you've ever seen?
Are we talking about B. Holla?
B. Holland would get like those Tupperwares and
pour
pretty
a
much
whole-
use an entire box of cereal.
Yeah, I mean, Cinnamon Toast Crunch was invented by a child who won a radio contest.
No.
That's who came up with the idea, yeah.
Genius.
And I did right. You got to eat it fast, or
You got
you're
it fast.
you're just eating like wet paper towels.
That's why it didn't make my list.
But the key to that is you don't completely cover it in milk. You got to put milk halfway and you eat from the bottom up.
To me, the best part of cereal is the flavor-soaked milk at the end.
Yeah,
You got to have a lot left.
And that Cinnamon Toast Crunch does a good job flavoring that milk.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to go with my number one, classic Lucky Charms. As a kid,
Yeah.
I mean, any cereal with essentially candy in there was delicious. They were like freeze-dried marshmallows.
That never went bad.
No. And they originally came in like shapes of like treasure, different treasures or whatever. But yeah, this was originally created by General Mills developer. He would chop up those gross circus peanuts, you know, those orange circus peanut candies that taste like banana for some reason. But he chopped that up and he put it in with Cheerios, developed into Lucky Charms. But
this was another great milk flavor one. Brad, do you remember? So like our mom would, like a lot of times we had like healthier cereals, but every once in a while she'd get us like a fun cereal. But my grandma always had, the other grandma always had Lucky Charms stocked in the cabinet.
I remember
up there.
the first time I tried Captain Crunch was at Grandma's house.
Good. Real quick trivia for you about Lucky Charms.
Yeah.
They were originally made in 1964. There's only one shape that has not changed from the original. They've had, you know, sometimes they have like the rainbow in there. They'll have like the whatever.
Pot of gold.
Yeah, the one shape has been constant from day one. You guys know what it is.
it was
Star.
I'll give you.
It was a star. No. It was rainbow.
There's only one that's still
It was like a hat, a heart.
The purple
heart.
The
Oh,
pink heart.
okay.
The pink heart is the only one that hasn't changed shape from the original one when it was
Interesting.
1964. So,
All right.
Jimmy, take another.
The next one I'm going to go with is one that talk about cereal, drinking the milk, Cocoa Puffs.
Oh. Okay.
Cocoa Puffs were just little puffed corn balls flavored with chocolate.
You'll go cuckoo for them.
Go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. The cuckoo bird named Sunny. That was a mascot. It's usually made, I read it most of the time, I don't know why it's most of the time and not all the time, made with real Hershey cocoa. But this is one that I strictly got to have the chocolate milk at the end. It was so good drinking afterwards. You got the bowl of chocolate milk.
So I had a question about this because I was wondering someone was going to pull this, obviously, and we know Jimmy's answer is Cocoa Puffs. But Brad, did you prefer Cocoa Pebbles, Cocoa Puffs, or Cocoa Krispies? These were all like different. I was a Cocoa Pebbles guy.
I did. I liked it too. They were small, crunchy. They were. Those are good. Yeah.
Neither. Count Chocula was my man.
Count Chocolate was great.
Didn't Count Chocolate have the marshmallows in
Yes.
it? Yeah, that was the difference. Okay. All right, with my number 2 pick, this is my 1B. Cinnamon Toast Crunch was my 1A. Give me Golden Grams.
Okay.
I absolutely loved Golden Grams.
It's
almost
the same
like a
cereal,
graham,
just different flavor.
and it doesn't get as soggy. The graham cracker holds up just a little better in the milk.
It was graham cracker flavor.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, those are good.
All right. Because of my disdain for soggy cereal, this is my favorite one to date to actually eat. My favorite flavor is whatever. Raisin Bran Crunch. This is
got an interesting cereal palate. I would not have pegged those first 2 picks.
I got to pack the fiber in.
I don't even know what that is.
I'm on the Kellogg's.
What is Raisin
I'm
Bran
on the
Crunch?
Kellogg's Heart Healthy plan. I got to see it on the box to buy it. Raisin Bran Crunch is a much sweeter version of Raisin Bran, but it's got big clusters of oats, honey oats. So it's almost got like granola clusters in it, and like 10 times the amount of raisins.
So a bit like Honey Bunches of Oats with the raisins?
The actual flakes are a lot thicker and crunchier. You could soak this cereal for an hour in milk and it won't be soggy.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Interesting. All right, I like that choice. You get another.
2 scoops of raisins.
That was the one that had the sunshine on the box, the Raisin Bran. Had it was a sunshine logo.
Huh. Well, this is, all right, my interesting palate continues, okay?
I'm curious.
I love this one for the flavor-soaked milk and the actual flavor it gives the milk. Frosted mini wheats. I love the shredded texture.
What are you, a horse?
Brad is a grandpa.
It's like an animal.
It feels the same going in as coming out.
I mean, look, at least you said frosted mini wheats and
Like I
not
said,
the original mini wheats. Those things were
This is part of my high fiber diet. I got to keep the fiber alive.
Man.
Look, I had those a lot as a kid.
But it had that frosting on it. It's the best.
Yeah, but see-
and it makes them like a vanilla cream.
But it was
flavored
hard
milk.
getting a sweet spot with those. They were either too hard or way too soggy.
But you had to hit it right.
You had to hit
each
that
bite.
middle
I
ground.
would eat those dry as a kid, and I'd bite off the frosted front and throw the rest
Those
out.
were those were common in our house. That was like a sweet version of
Yeah.
cereal for us. So
No, that was
That's
definitely
why-
super popular.
that's why I always liked going to Jimmy's house for breakfast cereals. His mom always had the good stuff.
Well, you know, my brother was like the cereal king, still is.
Yeah.
Oh, our cousin
All right.
Danny. God forbid you went to his house for cereal.
All right, I'm going with a classic peanut butter Captain Crunch.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong.
Not with the berries.
No, I'm going with the peanut butter flavor. But I will say, speaking of sogginess, did you know that Captain Crunch, the original design, this was made to counter that problem? So much old cereal was soggy. They put a special coating on the. This is not the peanut butter one, but the original. Because the original
shellac
one is like a. It almost looks like a biscuit. The peanut butter ones were circular.
Yeah.
The original had a special coating so that they would float, so that they wouldn't get weighed down with.
This
with the
was
milk.
one though, like your first bite when they was still crunchy would tear up the roof of your mouth.
Oh my
true.
God! Yeah, the
That's
roof of
true.
your mouth. That was a problem.
This was
Yeah.
another one our Grandma Joan always had. She always had Lucky Charms. She always had Tony the Tiger, and she always had peanut butter Captain
She always
Crunch.
had Nesquik under the cabinet.
Strawberry flavored too. Yeah.
Nice. All right. I'm gonna go with another classic, Mr. Toucan Sam.
Oh yeah.
Fruit Loops. These were just little circular, I think oat puffs, and it was flavor. It was a fruity flavor.
I remember these commercials so well.
Oh yeah, they were great
Saturday
commercials.
morning
Toucan
comics.
Sam.
Yeah.
Now, I used to think that they were different flavored fruits.
How did we ever pay attention in school?
We did.
Like
I
eating
didn't.
this first thing in the morning. You're just
Dude.
dousing yourself with sugar.
I think everyone our age is so messed up. But yeah, this is all it was all the same flavor, each color. I thought it was all different colors, but it was just
They tricked us this whole time.
yeah, it was all the same fruity flavor, and then you got, and it really actually at the end it tasted kind of like strawberry milk.
Yeah.
That you got to drink.
I was one of those sucker kids where it was like the commercial would be like, "We added a new color." It'd be like one like purple, I think, was a new Fruit Loops color one time, and all
And-
the kids were like, "Yeah, I have to have it."
And talk about the back of the box. Fruit Loops always had some of the best back of the box stuff in there, just different games and all that.
Yeah. Great choice.
And then my next one, Apple Jacks.
Okay.
Apple cinnamon flavor, and
I was asking Kristen earlier. I said, "Do you remember Apple Jacks?" She
Yeah.
said, "Yeah, but it wasn't her thing."
wasn't
no,
wasn't
I
my favorite,
loved
but it
Apple
was.
I loved Apple Jack. I mean,
Yeah.
apple cinnamon flavor. It was different than flavor than all these other cereals that kind of tasted the same, but
Were they also like circular shaped?
they were.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yep. Yeah,
All right.
circular shape.
I'm rolling. This is still one of my all-time favorites. If I were to go pick up a box of cereal tonight, give me Cinnamon Life. Big fan of Cinnamon Life.
Life, yeah, Mikey, likey.
That was huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, cinnamon life. I mean, life cereal in general, I liked, but the cinnamon really
cinnamon one was legit.
knocked it up a notch.
As you can tell, I'm a huge fan for a square-shaped cereal. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Golden Grams, and Cinnamon
Yeah.
Life flying off the board for me.
There's so many to choose from. All right, this is one I remembered earlier. Remember Smacks?
Yeah.
with the frog.
The frog.
Yeah,
And
wow,
they were
I forgot that
little
one.
like honey corn chips.
It was
almost.
puffed oats.
Puffed
is what it
oats.
was.
But it had a line in the
Yeah, it
middle
was
of it.
puffed oats.
Yeah.
It had a honey coating
Yeah.
on them.
Brad, that is
Those are ones you get a full bite, you'd have like 100 pieces in your mouth.
Yup.
Brad, that one did not even come up in my research and was out of my realm until you just mentioned it. Smacks. Wasn't it a gold box?
Gold box.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
the green
And
frog.
Great
Yeah.
choice.
I forgot about snacks.
All right, this one is going back to my normal dietary intake, and this is only because this was the best back of the box of all time.
Okay.
This was a Wheaties box. Okay, Michael Jordan was on a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
This box had a cutout on the back that you can make your own basketball court. And it had this little like flickers that you could flick like a little paper ball, or it may have came with a little tiny basketball, and you could play against each other. It had 2 hoops, so everything popped. It was like a pop-up book off the back of the box.
What cereal?
Wheaties.
Oh, Wheaties?
Yeah.
I got a little trivia for you for Wheaties.
Breakfast of Champions.
So
Not for
did
me.
you guys know Wheaties?
Again, a
For the
cup of
box.
sugar on top of it.
Frosted Flakes.
It's frosted.
It turns into Frosted Flakes. So Wheaties was always pretty cool for the box. That was like a
Yeah,
big
that's
deal.
the only reason I would
Yeah.
get it.
But I
Olympic-
don't
like the
think young
Olympics
people
were always
understand.
sponsored.
I don't think young people understand. Making a Wheaties box was a huge deal back
Oh,
in the day.
yeah.
It was like pre-making the cover of Sports Illustrated. You wanted to be-
exactly.
But did you guys know Wheaties was created by accident in 1921? A clinician spilled wheat gruel. Sounds like some cereal Brad would like.
That
but
sounds disgusting, whatever
he
it is.
spilled wheat gruel, which sounds
Sounds
like
like
a
throw up
porridge.
because it sounds like he had a bunch of wheat beer,
Yeah.
passed out and threw up.
He spilled it on a stove, and that's what created the flake. And the next thing you know, we got Wheaties. So, all right, I'm gonna go with Jimmy's mom always had this one in stock: Rice Krispie Treats cereal.
Great
Huge fan of that. That was one that
The best.
was not in our cupboard very often growing up. So.
No, yeah, that was cereal came out in the early 90s. There was zero nutritional value to it, but it was awesome. It was clusters
So good.
of Rice Krispie treats, which, I mean, how could you not like that as a kid? It was delicious.
So good.
Yeah.
That's good. You're leaving a lot for me. All the plain ones.
I'm going to go with this one. This, I believe, got discontinued, but this is another snack cereal called Cookie Crisp.
Oh yes.
And
The dog.
The
it was
criminals?
like
Yeah.
it was like a cop on the box, and he would it was chasing like a thief and a dog on
Yeah.
the box. But it was little cookie shaped
Cookie
cereal.
Crisp.
Yeah, that tasted like cookies. It was just phenomenal.
Well, that's the thing.
They were just miniature cookies.
That's all it was. Yeah. But
Puffed
that's
cookies.
That's the thing is like these cereals were like their own cartoon. Each different cereal had different characters on it. You had
Yeah.
the Leprechaun for Lucky Charms. You had Toucan Sam for Fruit Loops. Like all these different ones. So you were like, it was like reading a cartoon. The back of it. Sometimes it would be a comic. Sometimes it would be
Well, why don't we go? We already
remember
we got
just
our
go-
top 5. Why don't you give us a couple more?
You remember you'd always
Yeah,
have a
like-
friend or a cousin. you'd go to their house and they'd have like Cheery Holes or Lucky Stars.
the knockoff.
Yeah.
They're
The
all-
knockoff,
the
right.
stale version.
Which it probably all tasted the same, but
all right,
It just didn't feel right.
yeah, just give us a couple that you like that we.
Corn Flakes and Cheerios.
Wait,
No.
Cornflakes. Hold on. Cornflakes was the first cereal to ever offer a prize.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yes. Surprising.
The rooster.
They were trying to get the kids to eat healthy, I guess. They had to trick them into it.
No, all jokes aside, the Cheerios that I love.
Honey Nut Cheerios.
Honey Nut
Yes.
Cheerios.
That's
man.
classic,
That's a
yes.
great cereal.
You know what's another class? So Honey Nut Cheerios.
Heart healthy.
Honey Nut Cheerios is one of those that like was like a compromise, I guess. Like, your parents not going to make you eat the cornflakes or the grape nuts, so it's like, all right, this is a little sweet.
It's natural, Mom. It's honey.
Another one that was in that world where it was not a very sweet cereal, but I loved it as a kid, was Kix.
Oh, Kix was delicious.
Kix was so good.
Yeah.
It was the plain version of Cocoa
Again.
Puffs, basically.
Yes.
Sugar enhancements. Reese peanut butter cup cereal.
Reese's Peanut Butter Puffs.
The Puffs.
Those were so good. It had
Chocolate
Puffs,
coating.
half chocolate, half of the Puffs are chocolate, half were peanut butter. Oh my God. I could eat that
was a
dry
good one.
without milk, but that was delicious.
How about, you guys remember honeycombs?
I got
They
that. I
would
was going to
float.
say.
It was like the shape of a honeycomb
honeycombs
that
are
would
really
float.
good.
They are.
Did you like Chex? You know how they're like hollow and
Yes.
the milk would fill up on
Yeah.
the inside of them?
So good. I tell you what I also like, this is kind of one of those plain ones that I ate a lot of this in high school. I used to love Special K. And then they came out with the Special K red berries where it was like dehydrated strawberries in it. You put some banana in with that. that was a winner.
Remember, they had like Captain Crunch. Was it Captain Crunch Oops All Berries? It was like, basically they got rid of, it was just all berry flavored.
Yep.
And then, I don't even think we mentioned this one. This is another
You
classic.
guys remember Corn Pops?
Yeah.
Corn Pops, yeah. Tricks.
Tricks?
Tricks are for kids.
With the bunny rabbit.
That one also has some of the best things on the back of the box.
Yeah.
They used to be, when we were younger, it was all shaped like mini fruits, which I loved the texture of that.
Yeah.
Like grapes, banana, I can't remember, but now it's just like, I think balls.
Fruity Pebbles was another one. Did anyone mention Fruity Pebbles with the Flintstones? Were
Yeah.
on that
Oh,
one.
yeah. That's my kid's favorite.
And then,
like 2 bowls a day. How about Mr. T? You remember there was a stint in the 80s of there was a black Batman box cereal. You had Barbie cereal. Mr. T had his own. Ghostbusters had a
was
cereal.
saying, there was
Ninja Turtles had a cereal.
Ninja Turtles.
I
Yeah.
remember Ghost Slimer was on the cover. It was Ghostbusters and Slimer, and it was like,
I remember this.
it was kind of like Lucky Charms. I think
Yeah.
there's little marshmallows that were
Yep.
shaped like ghosts. I don't think that lasted a long time.
Bill and Ted had a cereal.
Do you remember Grand Slam
How
Crunch?
did we not come up
No.
with Bill and Ted movies on our like classic?
They'll
kids
come up
movies?
in
It's probably
Yeah.
in the 80s.
We got yeah.
You look up when you get a chance. Grand Slam. I think it's called Grand Slam Crunch. I forgot. My brother reminded me of this, but it was little puffed balls that looked like baseballs. There was like the little baseball lines on there.
You know what I
And
like?
then-
Wait,
is
wait.
the-
Speaking
the
of
Grand Slam breakfast at Denny's.
Speaking of Grand Slam, I was just gonna say, if you grew up north or had any family up north, the Denny's Grand Slam, and then so originally it was just like there was one Grand Slam, and then like anything else, it was a Grand Slam number 1, a Grand Slam number 3, a Grand Slam number 4.
Give me that
I
Monte
think I've
Crisco.
only been to Denny's like twice. We used to be IHOP. IHOP was the breakfast.
Yeah.
thing.
Denny's was a
Denny's and
late night
Friendly's.
college spot.
Friendly's and
Friendly's
Denny's.
was
24,
amazing.
24/7 diner in college.
I'd get that
Yes.
moons over my hammy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was. Let us know in the comments.
Honey bunches of oats. That was another one.
Are
had
you
that on
as
here
are
too.
you as healthy as I am?
Yeah, we want to know.
We'll
Are
see.
you?
Let us know
Are
your
you like
favorites.
Brad, or are you like me that like the sugary cereal, or are you mixture like Brent? But
So,
let us know in the
Even
comments.
Dunkin'
So-
Donuts had a cereal.
Tonight, if you were going home, you had a chance to have one bowl of cereal. What are you picking after this recap right here?
Urkel O's. Steve Urkel had a cereal.
It's so hard for me if I had to pick one cereal to get away
Just
from
tonight.
Cinnamon Toast
Just
Crunch.
tonight.
Well, it's what I'm gonna actually do when I get home is have some Raisin Bran Crunch.
Okay.
Okay.
I think I would roll tonight with some Cinnamon Life. I think that would be my go-to.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't know. Reese's Peanut Butter Puffs. That actually sounds pretty good. After you mention that.
Man, it's been a while.
All right. Yeah. Leave some comments for us. Let us know what you guys liked. Let's go on and let's talk about a little bit of NBA playoffs real quick before we close out.
Some tight series, man.
There's a lot of tight series going on.
How about Orlando?
Whew.
Orlando,
they got Detroit by the throat, man.
I know.
They're playing right now, or tonight.
Yeah.
It was
Team should be wrapping up.
But they match up great against Detroit.
You
There's
can't
not
bully
another team that
Orlando.
really matches up like them.
Detroit plays bully ball, and you can't bully Orlando. They play the same style of ball.
And I feel like this playoff so far is just defined by injuries. A lot of injuries going on in this playoffs.
Jimmy, this brings me to what I want to talk about tonight.
Sure.
It's not just this playoffs, it's the last couple of years.
Oh, okay.
So here's what we have. Jimmy's right this year for sure. But look, the NBA right now, this is a real issue. You do not want to see stars every year getting hurt in the playoffs. This is the time of year when you want your best talent. So the arguments that are made sometimes is, all right, the NBA season is too long now. Granted, here's the difference. So back in the 80s and 90s, yes, was the game more physical? You could argue that. It was a slower game, though. The pace of the game, these guys are running so much more. The actual pace of the game up and down, the amount of movement. So look, this year we've got Ant Edwards, DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo with an Achilles.
That Edwards one was nasty looking too.
When you get an Achilles this year, you're not only done for the playoffs this year, you're going to miss next year.
Was Edwards just a hyperextension?
Yeah.
It's a couple week injury.
That's a couple weeks, yeah.
Last year, who did we have go to? And Edwards is a superstar. This isn't like a 7th, 8th guy off the bench. Last year, Tatum, Halliburton, and Damian Lillard all tore their Achilles.
Yeah.
In 2024, who gets knocked out of the first round? This was the last time an 8 seed beat a 1 seed. The Milwaukee Bucks are the 1 seed. Giannis couldn't really play in that playoff series against Miami. We take it back to 2019. Klay Thompson tears his ACL. KD tears his Achilles. Kawhi had the injury. Last year, he could only play the first 2 games.
You got guys like Embiid, too.
So there's a real soft tissue injury thing going on in the NBA these last couple years. It's not a good look for the league. You do not want your superstars getting hurt when it's time to play your best ball.
Why is this happening, you think, at the end of the year in playoffs because it's too many games?
And
is a possibility?
And I think these kids play year-round AAU basketball. It used to be years ago, kids were multi-sport athletes, so... Yeah, if you're playing football, you're not doing the same exact movements as you would with basketball. And then maybe you're playing baseball in the spring or whatever other sport you're going to play. I think that's an argument that could be made, the AAU mileage. I also think the speed of the NBA game, the amount of possessions, it's not like a walk the ball up the court, slow down, post game. If a guy's just posting up, he's not moving around a whole lot.
Yeah.
So, but I think the NBA is going to have to do something with it.
Yeah, because like you said,
Luka's hurt. You
don't want the superstars to be out for the playoffs. You want the best teams with the best players.
Just look at this year, like you said. Luka, Austin Reeves, Kevin Durant,
and Edwards,
DiVincenzo. These are legitimate injuries for these teams.
Yeah, I mean,
you see, Embiid came back and dropped the game.
Big win for Philly last night. That's a tight series.
I will say,
he had an impressive game though.
While we were filming earlier, Toronto was up on Cleveland tonight in the third quarter. So that's a 2-2 series. One of those teams is looking to take the advantage.
And I know LeBron, people are thinking he's going to retire, but if he just plays the way he did this year, where he didn't play a ton of minutes. He wasn't like the guy that they relied on because Luka got traded there and became the guy, but LeBron's still doing it in the playoffs right now with Luka out. I mean,
yeah.
And he's going to have to continue because Austin Reeves out as well.
It's such a sloppy game, though, that the Lakers play right now without their star players. So many turnovers and knucklehead passes and stuff.
Up on the Rockets, though, but... That also to do with like Kevin Durant, and like I was telling Brent earlier, I know other channels are talking about like, is Kevin Durant teams still want him? Is he a guy that you'd go after on your team and pay a ton of money for, give up a ton of draft picks for this guy?
The Nets will make a mistake and take him back.
No matter whether he can play or not, it's not a good look his last couple of stops.
No.
teams, and who knows if the burner situation was real around the All-Star break, but that team does not look like they like
he's
each
almost
other.
40,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
Yeah,
he's
gotta
getting
be
up there.
upper 30s at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see. A bunch of good series going on.
Knicks with a big win last night. Brunson just doing his Brunson thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Do they play every playoff series to 7 games? The Knicks?
I'm hoping not. Look, they shouldn't have lost. They should be up right now. They should have won the series 4-1.
Yeah.
It's just a terrible game at 3 or whatever it was, where they let that big comeback happen. But I don't know. We'll see. I hope it doesn't go 7. But at least they're resting guys this year, and they're not playing every minute of every playoff game.
Thibodeau schedule.
I love Thibodeau, but that was brutal.
Yeah.
Well, OKC dominated again. And then
Wemby.
Is Wemby back?
Oh, yeah.
You're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That performance they put on the other night, they were down, 15, 20 or so at half and ended up winning. It was probably the most dominant second half of basketball that's gone on this year.
I mean, the league needs to look out. Wemby, really the Spurs and OKC are kind of the future of the league right now.
Yeah.
So,
well, like Jimmy was saying, OKC has a lottery pick the next 2 drafts.
I know, it's
which is
crazy.
pretty incredible to think about.
They really could be dominant for a long time. If they nail these picks, it could be trouble for the league.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we'll see what happens. Tune in next week. We are going to have our first guest coming on. We'll leave that as a surprise until next week. And
he's got a great question that we're going to be wading through.
Yeah.
We're going to want to hear. We're going to want to hear comments on this one because it's a pretty brilliant question to
we'd
dissect.
like you guys
This is one that there's no right answer. You know?
Yeah. So, tune in next week as well. But we appreciate you guys watching. Remember to like and subscribe. That really helps us out.
Well, can I say one thing really quick before we sign off here? I had written up on the roundup to talk about the Mets, but unfortunately, there's a few things that have happened. So last night, my delusional Mets brain is like still looking at how early it is in the season and going, if we could just get to 500 by the All-Star break, if we could just claw back. Again, Jimmy knows what I'm talking about as a Jets fan. It's like you have to talk yourself into false hope.
You're a fan.
So last night, right, the Mets, 8 runs in a game, which is incredible. They win 8-0. Soto's back. He hits a home run. Bichette hits a home run. So I'm thinking today, and after the game, the interview Soto gives, he's full of confidence. He's like, oh, this team's about to go on a run where, he's not lacking for confidence. So I'm starting to talk myself into this again. I'm like, the Mets, we got a chance. Look, it's been brutal to start the season. Of the first 29 games, the Mets, in 10 of them, have scored 1 run or less. They've been shut out 5 times. They're hitting .223 as a team. So I'm headed over.
We got 2 viable Cy Young nominees.
Holmes and McClain are dealing this year, and they can't get run support and wins. So I'm on my way over here getting, the studio set up, and I'm thinking all right, Soto hits another home run tonight. The Mets, it's 2-1 when I leave the house. Right? They're losing. They're losing.
And you live a quarter of a mile down the road.
Not even. I get here to check the score. We're down 9-1. Peterson has been shelled again.
Oh, man. Did he start? I thought we were moving him to relief.
7 runs, 3 2/3 innings.
Move him anywhere but on the mound.
I made a joke this week. The Mets are signing guys to their team every day. AAA ball players getting released by other teams who are career 180 hitters, 176 hitters. I was saying we need to dust off the cleats and go for a tryout.
Why don't they make a big trade at this point? Just make a big trade. Get another hitter that hits for average.
We got freaking Senga.
Spending money.
9 ERA.
Spending money's not the problem. The Mets have the highest payroll in baseball, and that product they're putting out on the field. Have you guys seen pictures of the stadium? There's no one there. They were selling tickets to the Mets Nat series right now. I'm not kidding you. tickets for $6. They cannot get people to come out to the stadium right
They
now.
were kicking
It's a tough
fans
watch.
out for yelling "Fire Mendoza." They're kicking those fans out of the stadium.
I think at this point, if you're a Mets fan, look, the Phillies and the Red Sox, brutal starts, have both fired their manager. Something has to change at this point.
Yeah, you got to.
We all know who me and Brad want brought in there. Wally Backman. World Series winning second baseman on the 86 Mets.
One of the best meltdowns as a coach in history.
We talk about doing yourselves a favor and checking out YouTube. Go check a few of Wally Backman's minor league ejections. He's a manager in the Mets minor league system. I think he would at least shake that team up a little bit.
Talk about firing up the players. He doesn't put up with that not scoring runs or giving up a ton of runs. He'll lay into you, but yeah. Or look, Cora got fired. You could always have him.
Yeah.
He's a good manager.
I also really quick want to show the crosstown rivals some love. I found out a really cool thing this week so Ben Rice has been on a tear for the Yankees to start this season. Arguably one of, if not the best hitter in baseball. He's hitting over 320, 10 home runs. I think he may be at the top of the most extra base hits in baseball. I just found this out. Maybe like a 12th round draft pick somewhere. He was not like a high prospect.
No.
He hardly played baseball in college. He went to Dartmouth, really smart guy. Either one or two of the seasons were canceled because the Ivy League during COVID canceled baseball seasons. The way the Yankees found out about him, he was playing in one of those college summer wood bat leagues. One of the Yankee scouts saw him take batting practice and was so impressed with his power and BP. Signs the kid. Next thing you know, he's on pace to be an all-star this year.
Yeah, he was. He tore it up in the minors and then came last year to the majors and hit 26 home runs
As a rookie.
And he's off to a red-hot start this year. So I'm hoping he can keep it going.
And as a rookie, I mean, guys don't hit for average nearly the way that they used to. There's a reason. Everyone throws so much harder now. But he had 255 as a rookie. I mean, he puts the ball in play too. So
yeah, that's a nice find to have another guy on that team. You know, you have Aaron Judge, but bringing this guy on really adds a lot of pop to that lineup. All right. Well, we appreciate y'all watching, and we'll see you next time.